Yo, what's up, guys? I want to say happy 4th of July to all 9 of my loyal subscribers and, whatever new people might be tuning into this video. Today I've got one of my favorite American inventions right here, the cigarette. Don't smoke. And got me a good old American themed monster right here. So, thinking about America, thinking about 4th of July, thinking about the 250 great years that this country has been around for, it sort of makes me think about my time in England. I had spent, a good 4 months over there in the motherland. That makes me think, sort of comparing the two countries, like what's different, what's better, what's worse. And so today I want to talk about why America is better than England. As you guys may know, America used to have some pretty big beef with England, a while back, because the English weren't treating them too well and have getting their independence. That's why we celebrate this day. So, happy 4th of July. One of the biggest things that I noticed whenever I visited England that was different from America was just public transportation. How much public transportation they have. They got the London Tube over there. And this might be a controversial take, but I don't really like that, I kind of like our, 20-lane roads that we got over there, just getting our gas guzzlers down the road, If I was king of England, take out the London Underground, put in some big old highways, lower the price of gas, because the price of gas in England is insane, I didn't do any driving over there because I was a little poor, but you look at the gas stations, it's like dollar something per not quart, per liter, which doesn't sound like that much, but when you add that up, it ends up being like $8 a gallon. $8 a gallon. And I'm struggling with the $3.50 a gallon we got over here, because of this dang war, and they got $8 a gallon over there. Brutal, man, brutal. The government just keeps on taxing people, keeps on taxing them so much, I swear. That's the main beef we had with England, was the taxing, and they didn't learn their lesson. Another thing I'd like to talk about is cigarettes. Obviously, don't condone smoking, don't smoke. I do it. I probably shouldn't. Very bad for you, but I don't really care. I'm young, not too concerned about my health, and so I like ripping a couple darts every once in a while. Or maybe like 10 a day. But the cigarettes over there, man, they are so expensive. I swear to God, it's like the cheapest pack of cigarettes that I could find over there was 15 pounds for a pack of cigarettes. For the cheapest pack of cigarettes, the cheapest, crappiest cigarettes you could find was 15 pounds. And that comes up to almost $20. Pack of Marlboro Reds ended up to like $30 because they just taxed them to hell. And what's even worse about that is that now anybody born after 2009 can never buy cigarettes. Never. It doesn't matter how old they are. They're just going to keep on raising the age of buying cigarettes so that people from that generation cannot buy cigarettes at all. And I mean, yes, cigarettes are bad for you. And, we should not be encouraging that habit. But I mean, come on, man. There is nothing quite like ripping a dart when you're drunk. It's just an otherworldly feeling. Don't smoke. But yeah, it's just brutal that they're doing that, and at some point, the minimum age for buying cigarettes is going to be like 70. About 71 years from now, people born after 2009 will still not be able to buy cigarettes, and it's going to be like minimum age 70. Under 70, kick them. Do not be buying cigarettes for them dang young 69-year-old kids. Don't be selling cigarettes to minors of 69 years old. And soccer too, man. And it's soccer, it's not football. We made football. They did not make football. That's their own sport. And we're undefeated. We're beating their asses at their own sport, just like we beat the Canadians at hockey. We dominate in everything. Okay? America is a country of winners. Winners. We're all winning, bro. They ain't got nothing on us. We're beating them at their own sports, dude. Swear to God. These guys, you ain't got nothing on us. Come on. We Americans. We're it, bro. We're it. You can't compete with us. Y'all think you're so good. You think you're so cool with your, like, tea and crumpets, man. The little blood pudding, your little beans and toast, man. Man, come on. You ain't got nothing on America. You ain't got nothing on us. Know your place. Know your place, Brits. Know your place. And their accents. Oh, my God. So annoying. Except for the women, you know. See a girl with a British accent, you know. That kind of turned me on. Kind of turned me on a little bit. Didn't have any luck while I was over there, though. None of my other friends did either, though. Yeah. Then we got guns. Guns. It's a controversial topic, ain't it? You know, you can't have a gun in England. You can't. Nobody can have a gun in England. Ain't seen one gun while I was over there. I all understand, you know, the whole thing about, you know, gun control. Like, yeah, sure, it kind of gets out of hand. Like, you know, we got way too many gun deaths over here, but they're a little bit too strict with it. You know what I mean? A little bit too strict with it. It's like I think you should be able to have a gun to defend yourself. You know? Maybe that's just the American in me talking. American. But you know, you gotta give England credit where credit's due. It's way safer over there. I might not agree with some of the things they're doing, but you know, they're doing something right. I think people there are happy, healthy, living well. They don't have the obesity problem that America does. Not quite as much, you know. They make their food healthier. You gotta give them credit there. They have a lot more regulations on like the food and stuff. Shit, eating McDonald's in London might be healthier than eating Whole Foods here in America. You gotta give them credit there. Gotta give them credit there. They don't have the obesity problem. Their food's a lot healthier. You know, people seem happier. But I just can't get over some of these problems. Pretty glad that I was born in America, you know. I'm glad we beat them dang English motherfuckers, man. Fuck those guys. Like, subscribe. If you're watching this far, thank you so much. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to me on Twitch. Watch my streams. Y'all have a good one.